Alright, we're going to be looking at exploration 5 in this video. If you use your calculator for this one, hopefully you already did it and now you're just checking. The problem 1 over 2 to the 4th is 0.0625 if you just entered that into your calculator, and if you look that up on our 2 to the x chart, it's 2 to the negative 4. If you do 1 over 2 to the 5th, you're going to get 0.03125, and if you look that up on our 2 to the x chart, it's equal to 2 to the negative 5. If you do 1 divided by 2 to the 3rd, you're going to get 0.125. Looking that up on our chart is 2 to the negative 3. And 1 over 2 to the 2nd is 0.25. And if you look up that on our 2 chart, it is 2 to the negative 2. So I'm going to stop the exploration right there, and we're going to answer questions 3 and 4. Well, actually, I don't want to answer that quite yet. If you look at these first 1, 2, 3, 4 problems though, notice if you have 1 over 2 to a positive power, it's going to be the same thing as 2 to a negative power. So they're almost like reciprocals of each other. And then 2 to the negative 2, if you just type that into your calculator, it's going to give you 0.25, but if I hit my fraction to decimal button, it's actually going to be the fraction 1/4, which is the same thing as 1 over 2 to the 2nd. So if I looked up that 4 on my chart, it's 2 to the 2nd. 2 to the negative 7, if I change that to a fraction, it's going to be 1 over 128. And if you look up 128 is 2 to the 7th. 2 to the negative 6, if you use your fraction button again, it's going to give you 1 over 64. And 64, if you looked it up on the chart, is 2 to the 5th. And then 2 to the negative 9 is 1 over 512. And then if you look up 512 on your chart, it would be 2 to the 9th. So now notice with these ones, if you have a negative power, they're the same thing as 1 over 2 to that positive power. So I'm going to say negative exponents are basically reciprocals of positive exponents. Okay, so if we looked at this one right here, these first ones, number 3 and number 4, it says based on the pattern you noticed in the first 4 rows in the table, if you were to rewrite 1 over x to the 5th, what would be your results? 1 over x to the 5th, notice if it was 1 over 2 to the 4th, we can get rid of the 1, and now it's just going to equal 2 to the negative 4. So 1 over x to the 5th would be the same thing as x to the negative 5. All right, and if we were to rewrite 1 over x to the a, it's just going to become x, and instead of having a positive a, it's going to be negative a. Right? And then based on the pattern you noticed in the last 4 rows of the table, if you were to rewrite x to the negative 4, again, what happens, this negative power, it becomes the reciprocal, it becomes 1 over the positive power. So if I have x to the negative 4, it's going to become 1 over x to the positive 4. And if I have x to the negative a, it's going to become 1 over x to the positive a. And that's pretty much exploration 5, and you should now be able to complete the KIA assignment based on this.